Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here in Overall Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Shining Force 2. So, last time we were able to successfully defeat the game's first boss, the Kraken, and in so doing, able to make our way to this particular town, where we can now start heading west, and we're going to be doing so with a little extra company. The gentleman in the blue is Dr. Rohde, a famous archaeologist who wants to obtain a particular relic, and something known as the Ancient Caravan, and he wants us to help him get it. So we're gonna go help him out. But before we do, there's one thing I missed from the previous episode. If you go through here, there is a secret passage that leads to a chest that can get you another chunk of mithril. Huzzah! I forgot about that one, but wanted to make sure that I at least showed it off before we went on our way. So, let's go! So we have to go to the left in order to initiate our next series of battles. So as you can see, we still have our party of 11, and at this point we currently will be going through another desert that will contain at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see we have a new enemy here over on the left, the Soul Sower. That'll be coming pretty much at the end. 12. There's a little oasis here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And that looks to be the number of enemies we're going to be fighting. So, in the previous episode also as well, we got to get our first promotion of the game. We were able to, one May, reach level 20, become the first to do so, and changed from a ranger to a bow knight. She'll be able to, once she is able to get an opportunity, she'll get access to better weapons that she could not get before as a ranger. And so that was part of how you can gain success through promoting your characters. So, let's start moving people into the desert because we have another huge desert to take on. Just like we did a couple of episodes ago. Yeah, they go these deserts big around these parts here in Parmesia. So we're not going to give May an opportunity to do much fighting this episode because we want to place priority on getting more experience levels for more of our party members who are at 18 and 17 because they need it more. So May, for the most part, is pretty much going to be staying behind this time around. And our main goal will be to pretty much get rid of everything we can in order to help get our characters' experience levels as quickly as possible. Because yeah, we are in that gray area now where people can get promotions, but they need a bit of help doing this so. But with 17 enemies on the field, hopefully it will not be all that hard. So yeah, we're pretty much waiting for the enemies to come to us. I don't worry about that all that much because it's not important. Yeah, Kiwi will pretty much also be staying back, as it were, because he's so far down on levels, it's not really good to move him up onto the front lines right now. But yeah, in essence, we are now waiting for our enemy to come to us, because it is the safe move here. We want to make sure we get everyone as much of a line as possible to ensure we can have the most direct contact possible. So we'll also move Peter down here, to the bottom. And we're pretty much just that close. I think we're in a position now where we can start advancing forward. So let's have Bowie take the initial shot. He halves the arrow launcher, then comes in for an encore and finishes them off in one turn! Well done, Bowie. Yeah. Why so serious? I can't believe I just used that one. But I think it was only a matter of time before I did. Alright, Jaha, you come forward and do some tanking. Because that is what you do best. Now, these gargoyles are on a hard charge here. Black Monk first to get to Jaha, and he's going to use a magic attack on him. Uses Blast for 6 points. And then the gargoyle comes around and hits Jaha for another 6 points. And 6 more. So Jaha already in a bit of a disadvantage here. He is our tank, but we don't want to take him for granted. And we're getting just that close to really getting it to where we can start beating up bad guys. So yeah, I think we can start moving our people forward. So Slade has the Black Monk for 15 points. Geralt, not quite in range yet. We also want to be wary of that Master Mage because he could cast a group attack at any moment. Alright, Luke, let's have you come around the back. We're going to have you continue offense on the Black Monk. And finishes it off! There we go. Alright, Kazan, you are in a position to cast Blaze 2 on this gargoyle. So please do so. It doesn't get that much out of it. Alright, Chester. I'm gonna hold back actually. We're gonna have, because of Master Mage, so we're gonna hold on for a minute. May, stay where you are. In this situation, it's just a matter of letting the enemy come to us. Yeah, because, yeah, if I moved Chester up one step further, that would have been a magic cast. So, Bowie, why don't you come up here and start wailing on this Master Mage? Oh, 18 points! And it's enough to get him another experience level. So now Bowie's up to 19. Sarah, you're in a prime position to make an attack here. In fact, we'll have you do that. Oh, Sarah! Who knew you had it in you? Well, I did. And Jaha on the receiving end again from this gargoyle. Relentless in its attacks. Have we got healing items on Peter? I think we do. No, we don't. Well, Peter, why don't you then proceed to not finish off the gargoyle, but start weakening the golem. 17 points will get the job done nicely, or he can just kill it off. That works too. Yeah, we're so strong that Peter only got 1 point for killing it. And now he's gonna pay the price, perhaps. 10 points. Alright. Jaha, as much as I would like you to... Do we want? Yeah, finish it off. We can get you healed on the next turn. And Jaha is now up to level 19. Well, that'll open up some space, which is what we want. Alright, Kiwi, you're pretty much good where you are. And Luke, why don't you just stay on offense here? 13 points. Slade, step in and score some damage of your own. Or, yeah, you can just kill it off. Yeah, Slade's been falling behind a bit. Remember me mentioning that Slade was one of the people I said we cannot afford to have fall behind too much. He will be invaluable later on. As Geralt, by virtue of that kill of the Master Mage, gets up to level 19 himself. Alright, so let's move forward then. Alright, Kazan, you're in a position to use a healing seed, so please use it on Jaha. Go ahead and do your thing. 20 points. Now we're going to move into our next wave of enemies. We're making sure that we are aware of what's coming up on the top of the screen. Alright, nothing you can do here, so just stay where you are. Meanwhile, May, we're going to have you come in only for backup purposes. We don't want you to distance yourself too much from the field. And Gargoyle on hard charge now. So let's try and get everyone towards the Oasis here. Alright, Slade, you're not quite in position to make an attack, but we'll have you move up anyway. Alright, Geralt, why don't you draw the attention of the gargoyle here? Hits him for 17. Chester, you just move forward. Luke, you can go, since you can go anywhere, you can finish the gargoyle off, possibly. That he does! Luke with a kill, and it's enough to get him to level 18. Yeah, that was timed about as well as you could do that. That was as done as well as it could possibly be done. Alright, Jaha, tank for us, man. Bowie, in the meantime, has a clean line to the arrow launcher. And scores a crit hit for 23! Alright, May, continue on forward. Alright, Peter, we'll have you... I don't know. Are you far enough that you can draw the attention of the Soul Sword? Because Soul Swords can do pretty good damage themselves. And Bowie is on the receiving end of this attack for 9 points. Arrow Launcher steps back so he can attack Bowie. Or rather that it can attack Bowie, because, yeah, it's more of an automaton than anything else. Alright, Kiwi, hold your position. Kazan, come forward. Be the man, Jaha, and be our tank. Geralt, where do I want you? I don't want either of these two things to die yet, so stay where you are. Luke, come up here and launch your attack. 14 points. Alright, Soulsor is in range now for us to attack, so let's have Chester lead us. And 6 points on a crit hit. Yeah, these guys have really high damage and really high defense too. So take that into consideration when you fight them. Another 8 points. And it's enough to get Slade up to level 18. Arrow Launcher's still in range. And Bowie takes another 6 points. Gotta be a little careful with Bowie now. But if this goes well, he should get the kill. And he does. Bowie with another kill. Gets him ever closer to level 20. Alright, May, move forward. As you can see, once again, the desert being very limiting in how much momentum we can take while we're on it. As Luke takes 12 points in damage. Sarah, you can step in here. You can use blasts. Blast 2 specifically. And go. 8 points. Alright, Jaha, you might as well go up to the other side. And Peter, you can do the same. Yeah, because everything's now going to be up there rather than down on the south side of the oasis. Soulsor going to show off just how dangerous it can be. Yeah, not only have slayed, but stunned him too. Do not take that thing lightly. Meanwhile, almost cut it off. Almost killed it off. Geralt, in the meantime, would you be using your healing seed on Mr. Bowie? 20 points back. And Kazan, you're in a position to finish this thing off with a Blaze. In fact, you could probably just do this with Blaze 1. So let's have you use Blaze 1 instead. Save your MP a bit. It's enough! Kazan needed that anyway because he's at level 17, but not anymore. Plus, he also gains the spell De-Soul. Slade remains paralyzed after being attacked by the Soul Sword the way he was. Bowie an opportunity to finish the gargoyle off. And he got it. Is it enough to get him to 20? It is! So now Bowie can achieve a promotion. Yeah, these guys are worth good experience points. And one of the crazy things about this place is that every time you pass through here, it forces you to fight again. So you could essentially use this place as a grinding area. Every time you pass by the town that we left, you can use this. The game forces you to fight here. So you can use this place to do some good grinding. Alright, so Sarah can't do anything, so stay where you are. Well, actually, she could have healed Slade this turn. Jaha, meanwhile, scores 19 points on the Black Monk. Peter, we're getting some threat coming up from here. Use your flight to cause some pain on this Master Mage for 20 points. And the Golem, not surprisingly, goes after Mr. Peter, but Peter avoids disaster. Alright, there. So Kazan, you're in a position to use Blaze 2. This won't be enough to kill it, but it'll get him close. Alright, Geralt, you might as well start moving forward. Then Luke, you do the same. Go after the Master Mage. This should finish him off. It does! And it's enough to get Luke up to level 19. So everything going exactly the way I intended it to right now. Chester, finish off the Black Monk if you would, please. There we go. Not enough to get him to level 19, but he should be close. Alright, Bowie. Go after the Golem. 16 points. But by this point, as you can see, yeah, Slade no longer stunned, thankfully, but that doesn't mean that the other Soul Soarer doesn't have eyes for him. Slade needs a healing right now. Get him 15 points back. And so now we await the arrival of our next adversary. Meanwhile, we're almost done with this place. We've had a relatively easy time here. No one's been in any real danger, and no one's been of concern. Even keeping Kiwi and May back for the entire duration of this area has not been a detriment to us at all. 8 points from Slade. Alright, everyone start moving towards the Soul Soarer. Alright, Kazin, you are in range here to cast Blaze. D-Soul, by the way, that's an instant death spell, but as is typically the case in RPGs, death spells have a very, very low percentage of hitting. And Slade stunned again. Ow. He's really taking it on the chin here. Well, help is on the way there, Slade. Don't worry. Even from May, but she might not even get an opportunity here. In any event, Sarah gets 7. And Peter, I guess the last hit will go to you. And pow! That takes care of him. And it's enough to get Peter up to be eligible for promotion. So, for the second time, no one died. So now, we want to start making our way to the west. And we need to come over to this temple. Now, if you do not have the Achilles sword, then obviously Dr. Rohde will not be with you, and you cannot even enter this place. But, since we do have it, we can go in. And we get a thunderous voice coming from afar. So where's it coming from? Who is that big guy? Oh, if you only knew. Don't you know? Well, we're about to show our audience who that is. That's Teros, the guardian of this ancient shrine. Again, stop right there or I'll attack you. Yeah. What should we do? The caravan is there behind him. We must have it. Time's up. Now we battle. Yep, you have to fight this guy, along with his countless minions. But we are not gonna do that in this episode, because, well, we accomplished what we had to here, so we're gonna have Bowie get us out. And we'll come back in the next episode. For now, we need to, first of all, we need to cure Slade from his paralysis, which costs us only 20 coins, and that's fine by me. So now, we also want to start promoting, and we just so happen to have 2 people eligible for promotion. And that would be our hero Bowie. Well, that's just to keep it special. Let's promote Peter first. So Peter wants to be promoted to the A fighting class. He can be promoted to Phoenix. He was originally a Phoenix. Now, I don't know why they set it up the way that they did, but now Peter will be a full-fledged Phoenix by virtue of this promotion. So he's not just a little hatchling anymore. And as you can see, his sprite changes so that he has blue tips at the end of his feathers now. And so now, yeah, and on top of that, he also gets a new look. Not every character, when you give them a promotion, will get a new look. Like, Maze is still the same. Even though she's been promoted to Bone Knight, her picture is still the same as it was when we got her as a ranger. But the image will change for our swordsman Bowie. So, we will promote him to Hero! Only person who can get this distinction. The light blesses swordsman Bowie with a class of Hero! And with that, Bowie's cape turns red. He even gets a ponytail too. What do you want to promote? Well, I don't know. And I don't know about you, but yeah, our Mr. Bowie is definitely looking more like his namesake with that new look. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong if you don't think that our hero looks more like David Bowie did back in the day, but I think this is a pretty good interpretation of his look. So I think this is done quite well, actually. Alright, so we have no one else to promote, but we have a lot of people who are very close to reaching their next respective experience levels, and in so doing, getting more promotions. But even when we do get some people up to level 20, we will not promote them immediately after we take on Teros in the Ancient Shrine, and I'll explain why when we get past him. So, we're gonna go ahead and call the episode here. And with that, and our hero now sporting some new awesome duds, and Peter looking very magnificent as a phoenix, we'll bring the episode to a close here, and next time, we have something that we need to obtain. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Shining Force 2. And when I join you again, we will return to the Ancient Shrine as we take on Teros with our ancient caravan on the line. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navarro Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.